Hello, Chris Brown here. We're going to have another look at Declare a Play with trumps. And this time it's the last of our quartet of hands. And as usual, we're West, and that's our hand. Well, we've just got 11 high card points, but I think that's a good enough hand to open. If you know the rule of 20, if you add your points to the length of your longest two suits, so we've got 11 points and 4 spades and 5 diamonds, that comes to 20. And generally speaking, that means the hand is good enough to open. So we're going to open 1 diamond, the longer suit. And our partners come up with 1 heart. That's showing at least 4 hearts, could be a minimum of about 6 points. It could be more, it's unlimited really. Okay, so we bid diamonds, now we bid spades. And what this is showing to our partner, when we bid 2 suits like this, it means that we've got at least 5 diamonds and at least 4 spades. So let's see what partner comes up with. Wow. Okay, straight to 6 spades. Well, partner hasn't used Blackwoods, so presumably partner East must have enough aces to feel that they can go on to a slam. Okay, so let's see what North leads. Right, the lead of the 10 of clubs. Now, I have on a previous video waited for 30 seconds while you make out your declare a plan. Somebody mentioned they thought that was a waste of 30 seconds. So what we'll try is, could you now pause this video while you make your plan and press play again when you're ready? Okay, so just press pause while you're making your plan. Okay, slam in spades. Right, we do the usual thing. We count up our top tricks. Let's go through suit by suit. We've got 4 in spades there. We've got the ace, king, queen, 10, 9, but that doesn't mean it's 8 at the moment. If you just played out the spades, you'd only have 4 top winners there. We got 1 in hearts. We've got 1 in diamonds. And we have 2 in clubs. So 4 spades, 1 heart, that's 5, 1 diamond is 6, and 2 clubs is 8. Now, there's obviously quite a bit of roughing to be done here, an old-fashioned word for trumping. And this is the kind of hand where you are going to embark on something called a cross ruff. We have 4 tricks in spades at the moment. They're very good spades. So if we could win all our spades separately, we could get as many as 8 tricks in spades instead of 4. Now, the way to recognize a cross ruff is when you've got shortage opposite length in 2 suits. So the red suits sort of mirror each other, one in one hand and 5 in the other. And this is a suitable hand for what we call a cross ruff. So we're not going to draw trumps. This is the extreme opposite of a kind of, most hands, of course, you do, the majority of hands you do draw trumps, but this is a sort of extreme opposite case. So let's see how we go about doing a cross ruff. All right. Well, I suppose it's possible that North has the queen of clubs and might have underled the 10. 10 probably showing the 9 there. So let's try the jack and see if we can finesse it. No, so we'll win with the king. Now, what happens in a cross ruff is that instead of drawing it, well, you don't draw trumps at all. And what you do in your side suits, that's the other 3 suits other than the trump suit, you cash all your top winners first. Now, if you don't do that and start ruffing before you've cashed the top winners, they could start discarding in their side suits and start voiding their hand of that suit and end up ruffing your side suit winner. So we cash all the side suit winners first. So first of all, we will cash the ace of clubs, top winner in clubs. Next, the ace of diamonds. And finally, the ace of hearts. Now the ruffing begins. And so what we're going to do is we're going to ruff a heart. Now, when you ruff, it's best to, if you've got low trumps, it's best to ruff low to start with. It's less risky. So we'll just use the 2 of spades for that. Because as the number of hearts goes down, it will become more risky to ruff with a low trump. Same idea in diamonds. And we can do our low trump now while it's still safe. And we keep going backwards and forwards. This is why it's called a cross ruff. So there we go. Ruffing a heart high, can't be beaten. And now we'll ruff a diamond. All these, this is called a high cross ruff because all the trumps left are high cards that can't be beaten. There we go. Very monotonous for the opponents. It's a bit like watching a tennis match. Another diamond. And now the heart. And there we go. And it's very annoying for the opponents because at some stage later in a cross ruff, they end up under ruffing, in other words, sort of throwing away their trumps like they're on that diamond lead. And then we concede the club. So there we are. That's slam made. Let's have a look at the hands as they were originally. And some comments. And so the way to recognize a cross ruff is that you've got length opposite shortage in these 2 suits. And obviously it helps as well to have good trumps in both hands. Notice that we can only count extra tricks by ruffing in 1 suit. So we've gained 4 tricks by ruffing hearts. We can't also say we've gained 4 tricks by ruffing diamonds. Okay, you can't have your cake and eat it. The point is, by doing this, you've actually made all 8. You've won all 8 of your trumps. And with the other 4 winners, that's how we've been able to make a slam. You'll notice, by the way, with the bidding, just go back to the bidding here, the 6 spades seem to come out of the blue. But looking at East's hands there, East had 5 losers, taking you for 7. 7 and 5 is 12, from 18 is 6. So East felt the slam was on. And they didn't use Blackwood because they already got 3 aces in their own hands, so it wasn't really deemed necessary. Okay, and to find these hands, this is the last of our quartet. If you just go back to the beginning of the website, you go into practice deals, and the 4 hands that we've been recently doing are there. Okay, that's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching, if you are.